Hey guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to episode 2 of I Don't Have a Band. The home hobby studio recording market has exploded over the last number of years. Hardware and software has become cheaper and more accessible to more and more sound enthusiasts. So now with all of these home studios, a lot of us aspiring sound mixers are wondering what we need to do to treat our spaces. Do we have to spend a lot of money on acoustic treatment, or can we do it ourselves and have a positive result? I wanted to know, so I designed a test that I could do with the gear that I already had. I started when my studio didn't have any acoustic panels. Then I built my own, installed them, and repeated the test that I had done with the exact same specifications. I produced a video on how to make the acoustic panels that are featured in this video. Make sure to check that out. I've seen other test videos, and I figured clapping into a camera mic wouldn't reveal the results that I was looking for. Besides, clapping is reserved for silly animal tricks, or maybe when you're at the opera. In an effort to achieve accurate results, I needed to make sure my mixing position was correct. So the distance between my speakers and my sitting position was equal, creating that equilateral triangle. Then I replaced me with a microphone. I set this condenser microphone to a figure-8 pickup pattern, so it was picking up similar to where my ears would be in the mixing equation. I could now record the sounds that I would normally hear. I started this test back before my studio had acoustic panels. The microphone that I used for this test is an Audio-Technica AT2050. I set it up much like in the previous schematic, measured everything off so the distance was equal between the microphone and the two speakers. The signal from the microphone ran through a preamp and a compressor, and I noted all settings, as well as the input settings on my audio interface and my DAW. I found a free decibel meter on the App Store, so I installed it on my phone, placed the phone on the microphone, and noted the peak levels coming back through the speakers. Now I was ready to start recording. I pre-built a loop of snare drums, kick drums, and claps, played them back through the speakers, and recorded the signal back into the DAW. A few weeks later, I had all my acoustic panels done and now mounted in the studio. By recording all of the setup data in the first round of testing, I was able to ensure the integrity of this test. I made sure the microphone was placed exactly as it was in the first round. Hardware and software settings were set to match the first round of recording. And then, again, I used the decibel meter to make sure the sound coming back from the speakers was peaking at the same level. I now proceeded to record the same audio loops from the first session in my new acoustically treated environment with the confidence that the setup was virtually the same. I highly recommend using headphones to listen to this portion of the video so you can hear a clearer representation of the results. I created simple icons to make this test easy to follow. Each group of sounds will be noted as recorded without sound panels, followed by the sounds that were recorded with the panels in place. Then the sounds will go back and forth so you can do a quick comparison between the ones that were recorded without the panels and the ones recorded with the sound panels in place. Please keep in mind this was done in a home studio and I don't have the environmental control that I would have in a regular studio, so you may notice some minor variances in background noise. However, every step was taken to ensure that this is an honest comparison. Enjoy the results. So, did you hear the difference? I sure did. I was quite excited with the results. you can really hear the reflections in the sounds that were recorded without the panels. The ones that were recorded with panels were far more focused, especially those claps. For the skeptics out there, let's review the waveforms. Here's a sample from one of the claps. The one on top was recorded without the sound panels, and the one in green was recorded with. Notice the transient, or the loud part at the head of the waveform. When I recorded without sound panels, you can see that the initial hit carried for much longer. That's the sound reflection in the room. Whereas the sound recorded with the sound panels in place, you'll notice that after the transient, the wave falls off much quicker. Now let's look at the slope and duration of each waveform. In the first wave, the slope is gentler and the entire wave lasts much longer. That, again, is a clear indication that the room is affecting the sound that you hear coming out of your speakers. The sound recorded with the sound panels, you can see it falls off much quicker and the overall duration is much shorter, indicating that the acoustic panels are doing their job in absorbing the sound reflections. I did a lot of research before I made my own panels. I knew my choices of materials were going to be critical if I really wanted them to work properly. If you're looking to get similar results in your studio like I had in these tests, feel free to check out the video I made on how to make these panels. I outfitted my entire studio for less than $200. So the final answer is yes, you absolutely can make your own acoustic panels and save yourself a lot of money. As I've shown in this video, it can make a huge difference and let you focus on what you want to really do, and that's making great mixes. Thanks so much for watching this episode of I Don't Have a Band. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Please check out some of my other videos, and if you like what I'm doing, throw me a subscribe. Remember, you don't need a band to rock and roll. There are a lot of great musical projects you could do by yourself right from your very own home. See you next time.